Hi, this is Leander. I'm in my garden right now, and I'm here with a very special person. You probably heard people say, if you want loyalty, get a dog. Well, this person is a proponent of loyalty marketing, and he knows quite a lot about it. In fact, he's an expert in the loyalty marketing field. And I asked him to come here today to talk a little bit about his views on loyalty marketing. His name is Peter Winther. And he runs a loyalty marketing consultancy called Win Holistic. So let's talk to Peter. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Michael.
Peter, first of all, could you tell people who you are and what your background is?
Yeah, my name is Peter Winther, and I have a company called Win Holistic, which is a management consulting and loyalty dialogue company working with strategy, conceptualizing, and operationalizing of these concepts. I've worked in several companies, both on and off the industry of direct marketing and loyalty development, and been in several large companies, some of them noted on the Danish Stock Exchange, working with loyalty development and set up different very successful loyalty schemes in Denmark. So now I'm having my own company and helping others doing this.
That sounds great. So as a loyalty marketing expert, what would you say is the biggest or several biggest misconceptions of loyalty and loyalty marketing?
Well, I think first and foremost, it is that most companies focus on product and price. I think it's very important that you focus from the outside and in instead of from the inside and out. Look at what you are giving to your customers, which what does the customer get that he won't get from anywhere else, and build on that and see how great you can be instead of just focusing on what can we sell the customer.
So when you say outside in, what you mean is that for companies to be better at researching what their customers' expectations actually are and trying to align their offering with customers' expectations?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any examples of any companies that you know of who's been exceptionally good at that?
Well, one of my former companies...
No.
Yeah, of course. The largest automotive dealer in Denmark, noted on the Danish Stock Exchange, Andersen & Martini, has a very, very efficient loyalty and dialogue program set up. Well, we used 2-3 years of setting it up, and we went from, in a big minus to a big surplus. So it really worked, and that's just one of the things. And of course, I can mention others, but that was what I've experienced.
That first came to mind. That's understandable. So in Andersen & Martini, you developed, implemented, and maintained a loyalty program, which eventually turned a losing the company from a losing situation to a positive situation. What would you say were the best components of that particular loyalty program?
Well, it was definitely starting to ask the customers if they would advocate for the company, find out who the company's ambassadors were, and then work with member, get member, and trying to cross-sell, upsell to these customers we already had, instead of just focusing on getting new customers all the time. Repeat business is very important. That was not what had been the focus when I started there. It has just been the focus on getting new customers all the time. So I think that was one of the main reasons that it was so successful.
Some companies are talking a lot about setting up listening posts as a mean to better understand the current
customer satisfaction. Is that something you implemented in that loyalty program as well?
Yeah, we continually ask the customers what had their satisfaction been and what was their loyalty, and you need to understand the difference between loyalty and satisfaction. I mean, satisfaction will always reach from some point behind you, but loyalty is what could you expect from the customer in the near future. And if you understand that, you can start driving your customers in the right direction. If you always just ask if they're satisfied, it will always be, yes, I have been satisfied, and I will never buy from you again. But I mean,
yeah, and that happens.
That happens.
Yeah. So what you did is, as I understand it, you're a proponent of setting up listening posts, but also to react on whatever feedback you get from customers, right?
Definitely. We changed everything from the way we did our business with the customers, the way we had our services, our call to actions, everything, our website. I mean, the whole dialogue with our customers, we turned it, 360 degrees, because people didn't feel the way that the company felt that they were feeling. I mean, because if you don't ask people, you won't really know it. Everything will be in your stomach or in your heart, not in your mind. So focus on facts. It will kill any discussion. I mean, don't discuss anything. If you have the facts, you don't need to discuss.
Very good. It sounds very interesting. So if people want to learn more about your experience and how you could potentially help a company, how would they get in contact with you?
Well, take a look at our website at winholistic.dk or winholistic.com. Send me an email, pw@winholistic.dk, or call me, +45 58 38 34 00.
Okay.
Call me, please.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Now you sound like a used car salesman. Okay, thanks a lot, Peter.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Michael Leander again, and I've just been talking to Peter Winther, and actually as we were filming, it reminded me of one of several situations I've experienced in the past couple of months. Because when we as marketers think about loyalty, we have a tendency to only think about the things that are controlled or managed or maintained by marketing departments. But in reality, the experience I had in a hotel in Sofia, Bulgaria only last week was an experience which clearly proved that this particular hotel, and I can't remember the name right now, that's very bad, they had the sort of culture for providing services or showing the customer that the customer is really at the center in order to make that particular customer happy. What happened was that I arrived late at the hotel, needed a dry clean, even the express service, I was too late for the express service as I needed my suit the next morning at 7 a.m. I told that to the lady who came to the room to pick up the clothes, and she told me they cannot press my suit. 5 minutes later, the bellboy knocked on the door and explained to me that they'd like to see if they could somehow help me, and he asked me to get the suit, and then he would call me back to see if they could help me get the suit pressed on that particular day. And 5 minutes later he called me and said, "You will have your suit in 1 hour." They did something exceptional. It was only my second visit at this hotel. I'll write down here which hotel we are talking about, and put a link to a previous video I've made of this hotel. But think about that. You know, how do you actually get that attitude, that culture to every single employee in your company? And remember that every single touch point counts. So when I measure your company and how loyal I am towards your company, even if I have a feeling that I'm extremely loyal to you, one employee can mess that relationship up in a heartbeat. And one of the reasons why you want to talk to Peter is because, and I can testify to this, when he was a sales and marketing director with the largest automobile reseller in Denmark, they literally changed the business 360 degrees and went from minus to plus, and to become a very successful contender even financially. So do please check it out, and do remember the loyalty culture in your company.